We are live, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good evening. The Newark City Council meeting will now come to order. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let the record show that the City Council members are present, with the exception of Mayor Hannon and Vice Mayor Little. Is there anyone in the audience this evening that would, sorry. We'll now move on to the public comment section of the agenda. This is an opportunity for anyone in the public who would like to discuss any matter that is not listed on this evening's agenda. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to address City Council on any item? Yes. Please come to the podium.
Please excuse my tennis shoes. I broke my toe. Good evening. My name is Diane Castleberry. I'm an external affairs rep for AC Transit. Hi. And we're the third largest transit agency in the San Francisco Bay Area. And so I just wanted to provide a public service announcement after about 2 years in reviewing and updating our bus service network plan that included a robust public participation process. We are very pleased to announce that the new AC Transit Realigned bus network will go into effect on August 10th. The realigned service change announcements and information will be on our website as a central location for information, followed by printed information on buses with car cards on the interior and an onboard brochure with line-by-line information. You will see advertising at BART stations where many of our bus transit centers are located, a series of e-news updates along with social media posts. Additionally, you will find ambassadors out in the community at bus stops a couple weeks in advance of the August 10th realigned service change. And then I wanted to just mention here in Newark, we in this plan, it includes an extension of one of our lines to your Bayside Newark development. And so we are working with city staff to try to address all the issues to get those bus stops in place. And so for the public and for all of you, we just encourage the council and the community to stay connected with us at actransit.org/realign, REALIGN, and to subscribe to our e-news online bulletin to stay informed and help us get the word out that the service changes will begin August 10th. And I'm going to leave with the city clerk. We just hot off the presses just got our new system overview map. So and then we'll be sending over some brochures that have specific line changes and details for you for this particular area. And that concludes my remarks. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Are there any other members of the public that would like to discuss an item not listed on this evening's agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to the next item on our agenda, which is the consent calendar. First, I'll ask my colleagues if there are any item that you would like to see pulled from this evening's consent calendar.
Yes, I'd like to pull the minutes for D2.
Okay.
Minutes for the June 26th meeting.
Okay.
Is there any item that staff would like to pull from this evening's consent calendar?
Not this evening, Mayor Pro Tem.
And then is there any member of the public that would like to pull an item from the consent calendar for further discussion? Seeing none, then the consent calendar with item D2 removed will consist of the following 3 items. D1, approval of the audited demands. D3, adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute task order number 32 to the joint powers agreement with the city of Fremont for fiscal year 2025-26 senior case management services. And D4, adopt a resolution authorizing the city manager to execute task order number 33 to the joint powers agreement with the city of Fremont for paratransit services with Ride On Tri-City. Now look for a motion and a second on the consent calendar.
So moved.
Seconded.
Three ayes with Mayor Little and Mayor Hannon and Vice Mayor Little absent. And then on item D2, you had pulled item D2.
I item be continued to the next meeting. I think there should be more robust discussion of the comments that occurred about the school site extension. So or agendizing that. So I'd like to give staff an opportunity to kind of fill that out a little bit and just ask for just blanked out. Anyway, I'd like it to be postponed to the next meeting.
Okay, and then just a clarification from staff, there would be no issues with us doing that?
In terms of legal issues, of course, I would defer to the city attorney. As far as operational issues, we'd be happy to go take a look at the YouTube video and look at the proposed minutes and take it from there. I don't know, again, without watching the video, I don't know to what extent those minutes would be modified, but we'd be happy to review that.
And then as a point of clarification, do we need to take a vote to continue it, or is it just continued if we do not take any action on this item?
I don't think any action is needed, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay, then I will, consider this item continued on to the July 24 meeting. With that, the next item on our agenda is city manager updates. City Manager Benoon.
Yes,
any
good
announcements
evening,
this evening?
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem and members of the council. 3 updates, 2 are recreation related. The first is free Groovin' at the Grove Summer Concert Series is scheduled to take place tomorrow evening from 5 to 7:30 p.m. Over at Shirley Sisk Grove next to New Park Mall. The group is The Hitman. They are a classic rock, R&B, and old school group. And this is second to last of the summer concert series, the last one being Friday, July 25th, and I'll announce that event in 2 weeks. Also, just like to put it on everybody's radar, we have the free Mariachi Festival scheduled for Sunday, July 27th from 1 to 5 p.m. Gates open at noon. Location is the same, Shirley Sisk Grove at New Park Mall. And this is a free community event, involves music. It's a music festival with mariachi bands, Ballet Folklorico, and a community resource center. And then the third announcement, as I suspect almost everyone in our community is aware, we currently do have an interruption of service from Republic Services. Limited service is being provided to commercial accounts at this time, but unfortunately no service is being provided to residential accounts. The local drivers are striking in solidarity with their fellow Republic drivers throughout the nation. At this point, we do not have any confirmed end date. Staff is working very closely with Republic Services to identify potential interim solutions, one of which is that residents for free can drop off any waste at the Fremont Recycling and Transfer Station. This is the BLT operation located at 41149 Boyce Road in Fremont. I'd also like to point out that we will continue to provide additional information to the public via social media outlets, Text MyGov, and our website once they become available. In addition, some late-breaking information learned within the past half hour that Republic Services is bringing in some additional resources. So they hope to have some limited routes being serviced tomorrow, potentially, and potentially some more on Saturday. The Republic Services will determine an equitable way which routes to service, and they will provide notification to the public so that residents can put out their waste bins and recycling bins on the street for curbside pickup. So that's the information I have at this time. We will continue to work with Republic Services in the ensuing days and hopefully reach some sort of resolution on this matter relatively soon. I also note that we are currently reviewing the franchise agreement that the city maintains with Republic Services and working collaboratively with Republic Services on resolution as outlined in that agreement. So that's about all I can say at this point. That concludes city manager announcements. I'd be happy to answer any questions that the council may have.
Do any of my colleagues have any questions on the city manager update?
Just, can you give any update on the 4th of July outcome? Were there any injuries? Is there anything you can provide to the council?
Thank you for bringing that up to the public's attention. My apologies, I should have included that in the report. The 4th of July here in the city of Newark was, I think, consistent with the typical 4th of July that our community experiences. Thankfully, there were no injuries to people or property. I'd like to publicly acknowledge and thank our public safety staff and maintenance staff that worked throughout the evening, some of which are here in the audience this evening. City staff or police department staff issued a considerable number of violations under the $1,000 social host ordinance that the council adopted a few years ago. So a lot of action and effort on that regard. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank our police command staff. They were out there throughout the whole evening patrolling city streets. I hope that provides enough information. Is there any?
That is exactly what I wanted.
Okay.
I did have a question.
Yes, Councilmember Catancio.
Yes, thank you so much for your update. I did have a question though, on behalf of myself as well as the residents of Newark. Would you recommend that people continue to keep their trash bins out and wait for service to start?
That's the safest bet, and that's what we would recommend.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Seeing nothing else, we will move on to the next item on this evening's agenda, which is City Council updates. Councilmember Gerdal.
Nothing tonight.
Councilmember Catancio.
Yes. I wanted to thank everyone who was able to come out to the pancake breakfast at the fire station. I was able to go. It was an amazing time. I also do want to thank the police officers who also did an excellent job, especially on July 4th. I was able to also work at some of the fire booths during the time of the July 4th, and I wanted to also thank the public for helping the nonprofits because this really is a great fundraiser. I did want to announce that I also work with Ava Energy, and Ava Energy does have a $400 rebate to $1,500 rebate for electronic bikes. The way to understand more about it is to go to avaenergy.org because it's a random drawing if you do apply. So just because you apply, that's the first step. The next step would be if they are able to pick you. There are 9,000 rebates that they do plan to issue. So might as well apply. And again, there are many summer camps that are here in Newark that are available for families and children. So remember to shop Newark. Thank you.
Thank you. And then I would just like to thank the police officers, firefighters, other city staff that were working July 4. I know that's not the easiest day of the year to go to work, and I appreciate it's from the preliminary report that the city manager gave, it seems like there's a lot of good work done. So really encouraged to hear that, and really thankful for the work of the police officers, firefighters, and city staff that we're working on July 4. And with that, the meeting is adjourned. Next meeting of the Newark City Council will be on Thursday, July 24th at 7:00 p.m.